What's going on, everyone? I'm Tello Shelton. This is Coffee with the Bearded Reviewer. Let's get started with today's review, which is the movie Onward. Let's get started. So, Onward is the most recent Pixar movie made at this point. It was actually released this year, and I didn't get the chance to see it not until last night. So I'm very fresh on the movie, and I got the chance to kind of like just think about it today and just kind of like see how I felt about the movie. And so after just kind of like pondering on like the story, the visual effects, the entertainment value, and overall, I enjoyed this movie. I would probably not put it in the top 10 best Pixar movies, but I would definitely put it in the top 15 just because it's still a good Pixar movie. But it feels like that now that at this point Pixar has made so many fantastic movies. Like you got the likes of like Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, Finding Nemo, Ratatouille. Like it's just endless of how many amazing movies that they've made. And there are a couple other Pixar movies I have not yet seen, such as like The Good Dinosaur. And I think Onward was the most recent one that I just watched that I have not seen yet. So I think The Good Dinosaur is the only one I haven't seen yet. Like I said before, I would find this movie to be kind of like between the 10 to 15 section in my list of my favorite Pixar movies. But still, I have to give props to where it's due, is that I really think that both Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, I thought did a really good job with their voice acting in this movie. And I think Viola Davis played the role as the mother, and I thought she did a really great job too. And so anyways, it's a very simple story, but I don't know, I've never lost my parents before, so it's kind of hard for me to relate to these characters. But it definitely felt like a movie that was more relatable to my wife because she still has both of her parents, but she's kind of lost them in many ways. And she was telling me that when it came to kind of like the whole father and mother figures, that's the part where it really hit home for her. And I can understand where she was coming from, especially when it comes down to like that you got the sibling, which is actually Chris Pratt's character, that he's kind of like this very big nonsense, kind of like a nuisance kind of a character, but you can definitely tell that he's got like a heart of gold. Like he has nothing but love for his brother, he has nothing but love for his mother, but he's just kind of like this. He's pretty much a misfit, but like I said before, he's a really good brother, and sometimes he just has questionable choices. And his younger brother has always seen him as kind of like this mess up. But then as soon as you start to see them kind of like go on this journey trying to find this stone, which is actually meant to bring the rest of their father's body into full proportion, because in the beginning, the younger son, he was able to use the staff, but just unable to complete the spell. But I guess I would feel a bit more different if there was at least like maybe almost the entire body. Like maybe that the only thing that would be missing would be the head. But you know what? That's more kind of like a nitpick. I mean, even just using the legs, they did what they could with it. And so story-wise, it's just a pure adventure story, and it's all about brotherhood. It's all about having these moments that you should share with your parents, especially that Chris Pratt's character. He really never had like a good memory of his father, especially at the end of his life, because he sees his father in like these tubes, and he's just kind of like on the verge of dying, and he really wished that he got to say goodbye to him, but he never had the chance because he just couldn't hold in the emotions, especially just seeing his father just looking so weak. And so that was a moment that he just never got the chance to have with his dad. But that is one thing that I can absolutely love about the very end of the movie, is because in a certain way there were really two father figures. You got the father figure that Chris Pratt's character had. He was like a good, loving father. But then, even though that he was kind of like a mess up, a misfit kind of a character, he still had deep love for his little brother. And his little brother, he never had the chance to know his actual dad. And so the only father figure that he's really had was his older brother. And then after going on this journey, he just realizes that his older brother is kind of like his surrogate dad, and it was in a very enchanting way. And so I just really like it that he just got to have like this epiphany, just knowing that he doesn't have a biological father to look up to, but he still has his brother. This movie was really all about family. It was all about siblings. And I have no issue with that theme. I thought it was very well done. And I have to give another my hat tipped off to the visual part of it, because oh my gosh, seriously, just the visual effects, just everything, just what they did with the special effects, the visual, everything. It was out. When it comes down to like the effects in the movie, whew, that is like top 5 Pixar right there. So overall, like I said before, I got the chance to kind of like just think about this movie, just kind of like take it in. And I actually came down that I gave the rating a 7.9. And that is actually a C+, which I am completely fine with. But you know, the only reason why that's a little bit down is just because it's just kind of like the fact that I've seen many movies that have the same story elements. So it felt like that. I mean, yeah, it's great to see that there's an original Pixar movie. This is a first, which I absolutely love. But the fact is that the story, it's still good, but I just feel like that it did have that emotional punch to it at the very end, that you get to see that really great moment that Chris Pratt's character actually got to have that last moment of his father and relay some information to his little brother, and the little brother just completely embraces his older brother. I thought that was very well done. It did put me in the feels, not in the feels as much as like it was for Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4, but still, like, I have 2 older sisters. It was a little bit hard for me to kind of like understand kind of like brotherhood, because I've never had any brothers. But anyways, like I said before, I gave the movie a 7.9, and that is still good. The entertainment value is definitely there. I had so much fun watching this movie. Like I said before, it's a fun movie to watch. It's a great movie to enjoy with your family. Enjoy your time. Have some popcorn. And it's just one of those movies that you can just absolutely just love. It definitely has like this rewatchability. It's entertainingly funny. It doesn't land on all the jokes, but I would say like maybe 85% of the time the jokes land. There's just kind of like those little once in a moment jokes that just didn't stick with me, but it was still a good movie nonetheless. Anyways, so that's my review for the movie Onward. So what did you think about this video? If you liked it, press that like button down there on the comment section. Let me know if you like this, and if you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And so I will see you guys next time.